Hey guys, it's Krista. Basically I decided I need a camera crew officially because it has been a struggle to get my setup at this location because I have very limited space. So you're gonna hear squeaking in the background. It's just a ceiling fan because I get extremely hot. But when I have our other fan on, it's too loud and affected the audio a lot. If you saw my last video, I will link that here. You'll know what I'm talking about. Let's get into this. I have to make sure this isn't too loud because it's probably going to end up bothering me. Y'all don't even know what goes into these YouTube videos, do you know? I feel like we're really close up on my face right now, but this is how we're going to have to do this. So today's video, we're going to get into geriatric pregnancy after a tummy tuck. Dun, dun, dun. If you are new here though, a quick recap of this channel. This used to be a vlogging channel. With my first pregnancy, I gained a lot of weight. After that, I got really into health and fitness, lost a lot of weight, had a tummy tuck, and that's kind of what this channel turned into. It's just mostly documenting my tummy tuck, my mommy makeover. I do have a separate surgery group. I will link that below just for support, things like that. But anyways, my tummy tuck was in 2013, so that was a long time ago, and there's only so much you can update on it. So this channel has kind of gone a little quiet. So I'm working on bringing this channel back to life, but obviously we have an update and it has to do with the tummy tuck kind of because it's a pregnancy after a tummy tuck. So I'm going to answer all the questions, my fears, what I'm excited about. I'm just going to update you on the pregnancy and then we will go from there. Okay, as I mentioned in my last video, I am halfway through my pregnancy. I am 20 weeks right now. I have a lot to update, but there's also a lot of fun things coming up too. But I'm just going to get into how we found out, things like that. We were not trying to have children, but we were definitely not preventing. So take that as you will. Me and Brayden, we both decided that we didn't want to have more children, like children of our own. I have 2 children, Brayden has 1. We both talked about this and didn't want to have any together because we were both a little bit older. But as time went on, I did have a miscarriage last year. I think that's kind of where the idea kind of got in my head, and then you kind of get baby fever, things like that. And then my daughter, she's been begging us for a baby sister. She wants to know what it's like to have a little sister. She is 15, by the way. She has 2 little brothers. Obviously, we can't choose what we give her, but... And for me, like, I kind of just, the idea of having like an hours baby just really kind of stuck with me too. I come from a blended family. My dad had some children, my mom had some children. They got married and had me, my little brother and sister. So that's kind of what I mean by blended. October was kind of when we kind of went through a lot of major life changes in a good way. I had lost 30 pounds. Me and my husband both got into some marriage counseling. We both were doing some individual therapy. I actually got into some trauma therapy. It's been very positive, and I just feel like everything just kind of was on the right track. And then we found out we were pregnant. It kind of just felt like meant to be, as cliche as that sounds. But I was nervous to tell my husband because I didn't know if he was going to be, I mean, I knew he would be happy about it, but I just didn't know if he was going to be like stressing it or not super pumped. But so I actually told my daughter first, and I wish I would have recorded her reaction because it was so cute. I didn't think about it at the time, but basically I just handed her the test and she goes, "Mom, you're lying." And I was like, you can't really lie with one of these, so no. And then she's like, "Mom, stop." And then she started crying and it was super sweet. I told her first so that she could help me break the ice with my husband. And anyway, so I told my husband, and he was actually really happy about it. He would even kind of later just be like, "I'm actually really excited." Like, just randomly he would say that. I'm like, okay, thank goodness. So then from there, we told Brayden's dad, we told the rest of the kids, like around Christmas time. And I'll link in like us telling family members, things like that.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! Open it up.
A diaper? Yeah. Oh yeah!
Did it harden?
Any guesses?
So,
Baby's eating it.
Any guesses? Any guesses?
No.
You guys are going to be on diaper duty and dog duty.
Krista's pregnant.
What?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a sibling.
Oh. Actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are going to have a little sister,
My
brother.
7th freaking sibling. Actually?
You guys gonna change diapers.
Are you crying again?
No.
Yes, I missed the first
You guys
recording.
gonna change diapers.
God's going to give you what you need
We're gonna have
most.
a Jen. I made an outfit
told my family. I announced it with like a little, like a plaque thing.
Okay, who's having a baby? See it. Hey, yeah.
Me?
It's
Mike.
It's Mike. Are you No. Who is it? It's me, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like a sign? Is that you?
I'm 35. You joking?
But that's not a no.
What? No. Wait, really?
Surprise!
Wow. Congratulations.
It says we're just as surprised as you.
The sequence of events of how it happened too. My mom actually had to fly out to Connecticut to be with her parents who were really sick at the time. And that was during Christmas. And so I wanted to wait till my mom got back to tell my whole family. And so that's kind of the sequence of events. And we, of course, told close friends and family before we put it on Facebook. How I was feeling, I was super sick in the beginning and then super tired. I don't remember being this sick and tired. I was sick and tired. I don't remember being this sick and this tired for my other pregnancies, but it resembled the most of my first pregnancy with my daughter. I had two very different pregnancies with my daughter and my son. My daughter, I had high blood pressure. I gained so much weight with her. I was sick. I craved root beer to help with the sickness. And with my son, it was this easygoing pregnancy. I barely gained any weight. He came a month early on his own. Didn't need the NICU. He needed the NICU for like just overnight to help his breathing, and then he was fine. Two total different pregnancies. This pregnancy has resembled the most of my daughter, to be very honest. I've been craving sweets again, just to help with the nausea. Root beer, it's gotta be Barks though. But honestly, so far, it's been good. My belly and stuff hasn't been sore or whatever, because with a tummy tuck, let's get into that side of things. If you're not aware of what a tummy tuck is, it is not a weight loss surgery. It is a skin removal. So you lose the weight, and doctors require a certain BMI, things like that, but you lose the weight and then they remove the excess skin. So I have a scar from hip to hip. And then it also is a muscle repair if you went through a pregnancy and you had that diastasis recti, abdominal separation. Let's use the easy term. And I had a significant gap. So that gets repaired. And what happens is once that's repaired, you now have scar tissue down the middle of your abs. Honestly, that's been a huge fear of mine. Is obviously with another pregnancy, it's going to be stretching again, and I have that scar tissue, so it's thicker, and I've been nervous about pain, it being ruined, which is a huge possibility, and I'm not too worried about it because if need be, I can get a revision as far as if I have more loose skin, if I get abdominal separation again. It can all be repaired again with revisions. Of course, it is a fear of it being ruined. Weight gain has been a fear, only because when I got to my highest weight with my daughter, I lost 60 pounds, and over the course of like 12 years, whatever it was, I eventually lost 100 pounds. I've gained some of that weight back. Let's be honest, like I got really, really skinny. It is my natural body type, but it was a little extreme. So I gained that a little bit back, was in more of a healthy range. But now with pregnancy, I'm starting to see that scale get closer to the scary zone. We'll just call it the scary zone. So it's like this mental battle. It's this mental battle of like, you're supposed to be gaining weight and it's good, but seeing that scale get to places that it hasn't been in over 10 years, it's like bringing back some anxieties. I want to say traumas, but it's not like a trauma, but I am still in trauma therapy. So that's actually been helping a lot as I navigate through this pregnancy with the fears, some of the body dysmorphia. My husband has also been really great. I'm gonna get emotional. He's just a really good guy, and going through a pregnancy with him being my baby daddy, he's just been so supportive, and he always is. He's the type of guy where he's a manly man. He works hard, but he comes home and doesn't expect. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but he doesn't expect clean house and me make the dinner. It's not like this role. Like he lives here too, is what he says. He just helps as needed, as he sees. If I'm having a day where I'm tired, he just helps, and he's always making sure I'm okay. And if I'm kind of getting emotional about something or whatever, he's like, it's fine, babe, like you're pregnant, like, don't worry about it, I got it. Like, he's just been really great. He's gone to every doctor's appointment so far. The whole pregnancy sympathy pains or whatever is real. I've been experiencing that with him. It's been quite funny, actually. So a little backstory with me too, with some other fears that I've had going into this pregnancy, is I'm actually Rh negative, so my blood type is negative. Basically, if baby daddy is a positive blood type or the baby's a positive blood type, my body sees it as like an illness and will try to fight it off. So you have to get what's called the Rogan shot. That's why I had a miscarriage with my very first miscarriage. I've had 3 miscarriages now in my lifetime, but I had a miscarriage, then I had my daughter, then I had a miscarriage, then I had my son, and then I had a miscarriage last year, and now I have this baby. So going with the theme here, I guess. But Braden was pretty sure that he was a negative blood type. He wasn't positive on that though. Basically what we did is we had the genetic testing done, which is they draw my blood, and through my blood, mom and baby's blood mix. So they test my blood and then they can test the baby's blood. So if they're getting a positive blood type, they know that's baby's. If there's any other gender other than female, because I am a female, then they know the gender of the baby. So they could do the gender testing as well, which we'll get into that later. But also on that note, I want to see an ultrasound before I'm for sure, before we announce the gender, but we'll see. So yeah, that's actually why I miscarried the first time. And then I had my daughter, and then the next miscarriage, that's when I found out I had hypothyroidism. So my thyroid is low, and that just throws your other hormones and functions off. So that's why I had my second miscarriage, so I deal with that. And then obviously my tummy tuck. Those are my fears going into the pregnancy. So of course I'm having a lot of anxieties around having a miscarriage, a potential one. So once we got to hear the heartbeat, that obviously brought a lot of security. We got an ultrasound done, got to see the baby move. And then 4 weeks ago, we heard the heartbeat again. And then we have an ultrasound coming up tomorrow. And we'll confirm the gender. Yeah, so being geriatric pregnancy, I swear it's mostly a Utah thing. Utahns are known for getting married young, having a family young, having kids young. I kind of followed that trend, not because of the religion. I got married at 18, had my first baby at 20 and 23, and it's been 15 years. My daughter is actually almost 16. It's been a while. So it's a lot less common. I think it's more common nowadays. People are waiting a lot longer to have babies. I see it all over Instagram. A lot of the fitness gurus that I follow, they didn't have babies till they were like 35, 40. So it is definitely, it's not like it's an uncommon thing, but here in Utah, it's way more uncommon. Of course, that was kind of another fear. Being geriatric, they just consider you more of a high-risk pregnancy. You're at more of a risk for preterm labor. I'm sure there's a whole slew of medical concerns too, but I'm trying to not look into that too much and be worried about it too much. But I was induced with my first baby 3 weeks early. My second came 4 weeks early on his own. So I'm figuring this baby's probably going to come early. I'm not too concerned about it since my other two, I've already been through that and they were fine. So anyways, so first trimester, super sick. Now I'm kind of moving into more of the high blood pressure. Again, this pregnancy is mimicking my first one a lot. So I'm getting the high blood pressure again. We had to go to the hospital yesterday because my blood pressure was so high. They just did blood work. They want to test me for the preeclampsia. Now that I'm halfway through, I'm 20 weeks. Now is when I'm moving into more of like the painful era. A lot of it might be because of my tummy tuck, but I'm getting more of the aches and pains in my belly, in my hips. I generally carry super low. I do not have a midsection. I am all legs. I have like this much space between my ribs and my hips. They like almost touch. Well, they do touch. If I do a little side bend, they just touch. I don't have a midsection, so I don't really have space to grow. I just carry babies lower. So mostly I feel it in my hips. If you don't know this, when you're pregnant, your body releases a hormone that makes your ligaments a little bit more flexible. So I'm just dealing with like the unstable hip feeling. I have not had back problems, hip problems, even after my children. It's just during my pregnancy that I have those pains, and then they generally tend to go away. So hopefully we'll continue that trend, but I am geriatric now, so maybe I'm going to have a lot more aches and pains, and maybe it will stay with me for the rest of my life. Who knows? One plus that I have is on my dad's side. Genetically, they are blessed. So hopefully, I'm hoping that that'll stick with me as well. And even on my mom's side, her parents were in their 90s. My grandma actually just barely passed away. Sorry. Long story short, where my mom was in Connecticut helping them, their care became a lot more needing to be kind of 24 hours around the clock. And with that distance, it was really hard. So my mom actually brought my grandparents back here to Utah to live. I'm not even going to take the time to recover because it's just going to be pointless. But anyways, so that was in the end of January. My grandma was actually in far stages of dementia. Yeah, so in February she actually passed away. They were doing home hospice, so they were here at my mom's house living, and we got to spend her last moments with her. And yeah, it was really special. And basically I decided that whether this baby's a boy or girl, I'm naming this baby after my grandma. Is what I said. But anyways, sorry. What I was getting at with that story is they were both in their 90s. My grandma just passed away, but my grandpa is still here. He was the sweetest man. I can't cry over him too. So anyways, genetics and lifespans are on my side. So I'm hoping that that continues throughout this pregnancy. Okay, let me try to gather myself. Anyways, don't worry folks. Again, I am in trauma therapy still. So another thing is, you're only as old as you feel. So I feel great. I've also been blessed enough to be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I haven't put my body through a whole lot of wear and tear, I guess. So I'm feeling great so far. Another pro with being geriatric is we're a little bit more established in life. So we have this really cool bomb bed. It's memory foam. We can lift it up, lift the feet up. It vibrates. It helps with anxiety, aches and pains. It helps with restless leg syndrome. So it's a pretty cool bed to be going through a pregnancy, because I am a side sleeper and you're not supposed to sleep on your back when you're pregnant. So I'm able to sleep on my side and not feel like my hips are just like sliding all over the place. It still hurts a little bit. Definitely helps a lot. I haven't needed my pregnancy pillow until about this last week. That's been helping a lot. But yeah, this bed, man. Geriatric pregnancy is cool, guys. You don't have to suffer as much, you know. Again, props to husband. He's an amazing provider for our family, and I'm just counting my blessings. So I know not everybody has those luxuries, so I'm not trying to boast, but I'm just gonna give credit where credit is due. My husband works very hard, and so yeah. Okay, guys, I feel like this video is getting a little messy. I'm going to wrap this up then, but obviously what's to come is I'm probably going to do my gender reveal next, since tomorrow we're going to be confirming it. So I'll do the gender reveal in my next video, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out. And then we always have the baby shower, and I'll just be doing more updates. I'm going to try to do the weekly updates. Like I said, it's probably not going to end up being weekly, maybe bi-weekly. Bear with me, guys. I am going to also shoot for Mondays officially. That is all. I am getting my life together with YouTube and my emotions, but again, guys, I've always been this way, so you kind of know what to expect here with me. If you guys do have any requests, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You can comment on this video here, talk to me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. If you do have questions or want me to cover anything in any videos. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for your love and support. All of your comments on YouTube, TikTok, the congratulations, I see them. I try to respond. I think I'm on it so far. I just really appreciate your guys' continued support. A lot of you guys comment and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know her, I know her, I know her. Even though we're just like, we're not IRL friends, but we're social media friends. You guys are like the OGs. Oh my gosh, I need to get myself together. So I appreciate you all. You guys are all so sweet. I will link all of my social media in the description below. Please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell. It is a bell. I did confirm that. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I post. Oh, and give this video a like, because remember, we're bringing this YouTube back to life. It is dried up. We gotta bring it back to life. So every like is so appreciated. That is that. I'll see you in the next video. We'll be announcing what this little chicklet is. This little chicken nugget, baby bean. Yeah, that'll be fun. That is all. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.